r/LegalAdvice Fired because I refuse to stop taking a prescribed medication. Ohio. So I'm transgender, and I take hormone replacement therapy. IDK if those specifics matter, but there you go. IDK how, but my boss, guy who owns the building I worked at, found out that I take HRT, never told him, and he pulled me into his office to ask about it. He lectured me on how it was unnatural, or whatever, and I was betraying God, and this was about a week ago. He's an asshole overall, and I needed the job, so I chalked it up to him just being him. But today he came in, when I was working a shift. He never comes in weekends, so I think he specifically came in for this, and pulled me into his office again. He asked me if I was still taking HRT. I refused to answer. He then fired me, saying that he can't have people on unnatural substances working for him. I know of at least 4 other people who worked with me who took medications for pain and heart conditions. Is this even legal? Can my boss truly just decide he doesn't want me taking a certain medication like that? You should consult with an employment lawyer in your area. Because transgender isn't specifically itemized in discrimination laws for Ohio, they might have to get a bit creative, but they should be able to get a severance settlement for you. No need to get creative. As of June, transgender people are federally protected against employment discrimination, CRG, and GR. Harris Funeral Homes Incorporated v. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. To get a consultation with an employment lawyer in Ohio, visit Lawyer Referral Services Ohio State Bar Association and call the number listed for your county. Because transgender isn't specifically itemized in discrimination laws for Ohio, I'm not a legal professional, but isn't there a federal law against this? Only as of June of this year was it officially decided. Case law, yes. Legislation, no. Well, technically the case determined that there is legislation barring this. 5 cop cars pulled up to my house stating my vehicle is stolen. I bought my car 2 years ago from a Toyota dealership. Hello. I'm currently freaking out as 5 cop cars showed up at my house out of nowhere just 3 minutes after I went back home from the grocery store. Note, this is in California. The cop rang the doorbell and asked where I had gotten my vehicle. I told him I bought it approximately 2 years ago from a Toyota dealership in a neighboring city. He stated that he ran my plates and that the license plates are not associated with my car, but with a stolen vehicle. I'm extremely baffled as I have registered my car with the DMV for the last 2 years with no problems. I also paid off my car and have the pink slip to prove my ownership. He stated I need to go to the DMV and get the appropriate plates associated with my VIN. Thankfully they left with no fuss, but now I'm freaking out as I need my car to go to work, and I'm scared to drive it as I figure out my license plate situation, and knowing the DMV, who knows how long that may take. Does anyone have any advice on this? I printed out the application to get new plates, but unfortunately due to global issues the DMV is not taking any new appointments, so I need to mail it in. I called the dealership I got it from, but they seem just as clueless and sent me voicemail for the customer relations representative for she doesn't work weekends. I just really need to drive my car come Monday to work, and I cannot afford to not go to work right now. But this all had to happen over the weekend and during global issues times, so I'm stressing out. Does anyone know how I can fix this? What are the legal repercussions if I drive my car without having the updated license plates? I've heard of people swapping plates with random cars after stealing one. Are you sure the plates you currently have are the original from the DMV? Or someone entered the wrong license plate into the stolen vehicle database? That's what I thought. We are human, not robots. Someone, somewhere made a typo. Good thing cops have that same humble demeanor when they approach people that come up with bad plates. Yes, I'm very sure they are my plates that I was given when the car was originally sold to me. I'm so confused though as to why the DMV would keep letting me register my car and providing me with updated tags if the license plate is stolen. A scammer could have gotten a fake license plate that happened to duplicate your license plate number. Random story about this happening. Obviously it'd be best not to drive the car until this is sorted. But if you have to drive, I would get a copy of the incident report from when the 5 cops showed up and have it on you in case you get pulled over. Have the names of the officers handy because it sounds like they believed you. Huh, that's interesting. 2020 sure has been a heck of a year for me, if that is the case. Unfortunately no incident report was made, and I was so scared of the whole situation I totally forgot to ask for the cops' names. I was shaking. I've never really had a run-in with the law, so I didn't really know what to ask for. I just hope the DMV or someone has answers for me come Monday. I just don't know who can fix it, whether it be the DMV or the car dealership. California utility company, not landlord, keeps shutting off water for entire days without notice for emergency repairs. Any recourse at all? I'm worried. I already know the answer to this, but it's making it difficult to live here. I just woke up to find my water will be off till 4 PM today. I had to go find that on their website because they don't notify at all. Several times in the last few months my water has been shut off with zero notice or warning for emergency repairs. One time this did indeed seem like an emergency. Water mains were breaking all over, and the city was flooding. None of the other times have been so dramatic. This has happened several times over the last couple of months, and the shoot-offs have ranged from 4 hours to 16 hours. Is there any parameter by which they have to define/prove emergency? Is there any requirement for them to notify in some way? If it's an emergency I understand there can't be notice, but why am I always finding out by trying to take a shower? Frankly I just don't believe that all of these repairs are emergencies. If they need to be done that's fine, but I want to try to force them to notify me. If I'd known about this last night I wouldn't have left dirty dishes in the sink and I would have showered the night before and refilled my Brita pitcher. They should have to plan ahead better. I know emergencies happen, but it seems very unlikely that every single time is an emergency. They know this water main is problematic. Why is there never any scheduled maintenance on it? If that's the case, how can I make them notify/ideally warn ahead? PG&E, for all the shit everyone talks, has a notification system and communicates these things. Why doesn't the water company have to do that? Is there any requirement for them to notify in some way? Not one that would provide you with a practical remedy. No. You can complain to the PUC and to your city/county. I would tend to doubt that a repair on a Sunday is not in some way an urgent one. That's disappointing, but as expected, complaining to the PUC is a good idea. I'm sure the repair is urgent, but if this line is going to need constant, hours-long emergency repairs you'd think the onus would be on them to schedule something preventative. But they never do that. Water is never shut off in a responsible pre-planned way. That's what's so infuriating. Slightly off topic, but what hours are you specifically asking for? Because the people working have unions. If they're utility workers, and they can't be forced to work certain hours, at least in CA. I'm not asking for any particular hours. I'm just asking to be warned in advance when possible, and notified via text/call/email/knock on the door at the start of the shoot-off, when it's an emergency shoot-off. I don't care. When they do the work I just suspect they could be doing more to communicate with customers, and I want them to do that. For example, this time I procrastinated my dishes/shower, and if I'd gotten prior notice I wouldn't have. Now myself and my dishes are going to be dirty all day. One time about a month ago I decided to do a messy craft project, and then when I went to wash up found my water was out. My neighbors told me it had been out for hours and I just didn't need the water till then. If I'd gotten a text or email about it when the emergency began I wouldn't have begun the project knowing there'd be glue everywhere. I've generated $60,210.08 in sales as an affiliate marketer, and the company is now ignoring all emails about paying my commission. I'm a UK-based citizen, and the company I've been promoting is a US-based electric scooter manufacturer. In their terms, they state that they pay affiliates on the 15th of every month, but for some reason or other, a new excuse would arise every month and payment would be promised for the following month. Over the past 6 months, I've generated $60k in sales, which represents $2.5k in commissions. I've been very careful to stick to their terms of service, so I'm sure that there is no reason I shouldn't be paid. In fact, they've promised payment several times. If they were a UK-based company, I would attempt to take them to a small claims court, but I don't know if that's possible. I'm wondering whether 1. It's even possible to take a company to court over their affiliate program. If the company decides not to pay, can they be held to pay under their own affiliate terms of service? 2. Whether it's possible for a UK citizen to take a US company to a small claims court. Where are you based? The UK. What agreement did you sign to become an affiliate? What are the dispute terms in the agreement? What do you have in writing for communications regarding payment promised? Not a lawyer, but we generally just retain a collections agency in client's country. Works quite well to get them to pay up. So they pay monthly, but even after 6 months of them not paying, you still promoted them? Most affiliate programs / companies are not out to scam you. They make more money by paying you because they know you'll keep promoting them. So you need to try and square this away with them somehow. If not, you need to hire a lawyer in the US to sue them for you. I've had a similar experience as a UK resident where I was owed €500 by a German affiliate network. I was also given various reasons for delays, but eventually received payment after 9 months of the original sale. What is the latest reason they've given, and how long has it been since you last heard from them? Typically, I would expect these long delays with affiliate referrals because they need to confirm that the sales are not cancelled, but 6 months seems to be more than enough. The short answer is that, while it is technically possible to file a lawsuit against them in the US, doing so will be prohibitively complex and expensive. You will spend far more than $2,500 in legal fees and/or travel costs. I'm not familiar with UK law. I don't know if your terms include a choice of venue clause, and if so, if that would even apply to bring something in the UK. Here in the US, most lawyers will provide a free or discounted initial consult. It may be worth speaking to a local lawyer. There may be some statutory damages or fines that would make this worth pursuing. A lawsuit would be prohibitively expensive. In my opinion, you should stop promoting them immediately, then use other means to put pressure on them. Tell your truthful story to other affiliates. Tell your own audience. Report them to the Better Business Bureau. Be careful, avoid telling other people not to work with them. You could be accused of interfering with their business in an illegal way. But it's totally fine to share your truthful facts with others.